Welcome to the show. Today is May 17th, 2022, and we'll be talking about some Camber Energy filings, stock symbol CEI, along with something which I like to call the Scattershot strategy for investing. Let me start by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This information is intended for entertainment This information is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. So let's get started. So Camber Energy and their subsidiary Viking, or their 65% owned subsidiary Viking, they did some filings today with the SEC. So let's start. Camber filed a 13G. Basically, turns out that Discover Growth Fund LLC has 1,575 preferred C shares, which equate to about 39,939,450 common shares. And that's interesting. They've got a lot of common shares. Interestingly, note they have about almost 10% of Camber Energy there. You need to file a 13G if you have over $20 million filed in anything, and or if you have I think it's greater than 5% of a company, and they have close to 10% or something like that. So they need to file a 13G. That's done. That's taken care of. Viking Energy, notification of inability to timely file the Form 10Q. And this is the Q1 of 2022. They said they're going to be about 5 days from the date of from the date that they're supposed to file. They will have that information available. So they just said that it's hard to file right now, but they'll have it done. Camber Energy also issued a notification of inability to timely file the Form 10Q, meaning that they've got a lot of filings due right now, and it's just hard for them to do it. I don't think this is a showstopper in any way, shape, or form, but these filings are prior to some filings that they have to do. So James Dora said there are 8 financial statements need to be filed with the SEC. These are what I listed as, or these are what I figured the 8 would be. And apparently he'd already filed the Viking is relatively up to date. Viking is up to date, basically. They're green. There's no problem. It's Camber that was not up to date, and in 2022, in November of 2022. In November of 2021, on 11/22 and 11/23, they did 3 filings of 10Ks and 10Qs. And maybe they only need to refile them again to get 8 filings. This is what I came up with that they might need to file. But we saw this tweet today from Head to Trades. He said, hey, these are all the filings that you guys need to do, right? And James Dora said, well, you can cross the first 2 items off your list. So these are the filings that actually need to get done. So there you go. That's what needs to be filed, for Camber Energy and for Viking. So Viking is fairly up to date. Camber just needs to file these 8/7 filings, really. How does that compare with my original list? Well, we can just cross off the first item for Camber, and I didn't have the Q1 of 2022 filings on the original list, so we need to add those in. And when we combine that with the fact that the NT10Q was filed today, I just made a mark or a note as to which the NT10Q file as to what the NT10Q filings affected. We currently have about 7 filings, between 5 to 7 filings to go on Camber, depending on if they need to refile 1 and 2 again. They might just refile everything, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 8. But this is what we're looking forward to. I think that, judging by the fact that they've filed they've started filing the SEC stuff, and it's Tuesday right now. They started filing in after hours. Can we expect them to be filing tomorrow and the day after? That would be nice. That leaves them a day of leeway, and they'd have it. They'd be done a day early if they could do that. So I look forward to James Doris completing his filings. I think he is well on the way. And go James. That's That's all I have to say. With that, let's talk about the stocks that I'm currently following, I guess. Camber Energy, as you know, I'm following them, right? They're an oil and gas plus a clean energy play, right? They also have some additional stuff going on in the open conductor and the biohazard via ozone cleanup area. So that's all very good. So good for Camber Energy. We're currently just waiting for the SEC filings, and that's the main thing that we're waiting for there. GameStop is, everyone should know about GameStop, but they recently announced a split via dividend, and that could potentially, they have a potentially large short position. It's not clear what the exact short position is, but the split via dividend could trigger MOAS, mother of all short squeezes. Who knows? MetaMaterials, they're a next generation technology company. They are dealing with 5G transparent antennas and reflectors, EMI shielding like in a clear glass for the microwave ovens. They have a new technology called GlucoWise to do, glucose monitoring glucose monitoring from, that's non-invasive. You don't have to prick your finger, essentially. It's a big deal. There's 30 million people who suffer from diabetes in the U.S. alone. And, that's a big potential market right then and there. And MMTLP, which is a result of the merger between Torchlight Energy and MetaMaterials. Torchlight had some oil and gas lands in the Oro Grande Basin, which they had about 3.2 billion barrels of oil there. When oil was worth negative $47 a barrel under the last president, those lands weren't worth very much. But now oil is over $110 a barrel and headed upwards. I don't know what to say. I don't see the price of oil dropping anytime soon. There's all sorts of things that can keep the price of oil going up. So those lands are worth billions potentially today. I feel like Carl Sagan. They're worth billions and billions potentially. Okay, who knows? I don't know, but it could be worth a lot. Let's just say. But right now, MMTLP is kind of a complex play because it's hard to buy it via Fidelity. It's not known if you can buy it in time. It's hard to say right now. I was able to buy some earlier, so I have some MMTLP. I am a shareholder in all of these stocks, by the way. And this is, basically what my kind of strategy is to deal with stuff. So I don't know which stock will go up first. I can't tell which one will go up first. I don't think anyone can. So I developed what I call a scattershot strategy, right? So let's just say that you take an equal amount of money, an equal dollar value, let's just say, and you invest it across all of them. What would happen, right? Let's look at the current price today. By the way, I've already invested in all of these companies, and it's way more than $1,000. So don't even. This is just a what if, right? Anyway, so if you look at the current price today of Camber Energy, it's around 74 cents a share. If you invested $1,000, that and the price goes up to $5, that's a 6.8x gain, right? So your $1,000 could be $6,756. Do I think $5,000 is how high Camber Energy can go? Hell no. Hell no. I think that's just the first stage, right? Camber Energy, they were almost at $5 a share prior to being attacked by Carousel Capital, a short hedge fund, which slammed the price all the way down to its current price today. And they slammed it down lower as well. But so it should easily be able to reach $5. Do I think it's going to stop at $5? No, I think it's going to go a lot more. But let's just use a conservative number, right? Where do I think it can go? It could easily hit $5. $10, not unreasonable, just based upon momentum, right? $25? Yeah, they got a lot of technologies. The price of oil is going up. There's a ton of stuff happening for Camber Energy to hit $25 easily. Once they're above $10, you got a potential for a short squeeze starting to happen. Because the short hedge funds are losing money hand over fist at that point. And when they get margin called, then it can keep going from 25 to 50, maybe even 75, maybe $100. Who knows? But $5 is going to be at least where they got to get to, the first point, okay? They're going to get to 5, and then they're going to go beyond, okay? Same thing with metamaterials. Do I think $25 is the end price for metamaterials? Hell no. No way, right? I mean, metamaterials, just the 5G technology alone, that's multiple billions in and of itself, right? I mean, when you combine the 5G antenna and the 5G reflector, that's huge. That could be in cities all over the world, actually. When you look at even a small market like, having, a clear glass for a microwave oven, I mean, that could be a game changer for people who are microwave oven manufacturers. It's a differentiating factor. Right now, you got to look through this wire mesh screen. You can't see what's in there. If you had a nice clear glass, that would be great. And that's, people would look at these, ovens on the shelves and say, hey, look, that one's got a clear glass. I might want to buy that one. It's what you call a differentiating factor. It's radically different, right? So, again, each one of those could take it up to $25, $50, $100. Not a problem for metamaterials. Not a problem. Not even close. GameStop. Do I think it's going to stop at 500? Hell no. Why did I put 500 there? Because before the price got slammed because of nefarious activities by certain brokerages who removed the buy button and automatically started selling people's shares without their consent. The price of GameStop was at $480 before it dropped before these nefarious activities took place. So, do I think it could get to 500? Of course. That's why it's the first step. But do I think it's going to go beyond that? Hell yeah. I mean, definitely, yeah. I mean, it's going to get to 500, and then it's going to get to 1,000, then it's going to get to 5,000, then it's going to get to 10,000. I mean, quite frankly, there's not enough share. I mean, there's a very, very small number of shares in GameStop. Very, very small number of shares, okay? It's tiny. And when shorts got to cover, they're going to cover. And then longs are not selling GameStop. If it was able to get to 5,000 or 5,000, the first run up before it was smashed down via nefarious means, which were very blatant nefarious means, then, people would have said, okay, GameStop had its run, it did its thing, great. But instead, they smashed the price down, they kept it down for like so long. Now the longs don't care. The longs are just going to hold on forever until the price gets to insane levels. By insane, we're talking $100,000 and up. They're going to make the shorts pay for making them wait over a year. Okay? But $500 is going to be the first place it's going to hit before it goes up to multiple thousands. Okay? It's got to get past there. So that would be a 5x gain, right? So you're talking about potentially 6x, almost 7x, 14x, 5x gains, right? Let's just say Camber is the first one that takes off. You take the profits from Camber, throw them into the others too, right? So you got about $6,756. Throw them up both into metamaterials and GameStop. Now you've invested about $4,378 in both of those, right? And you got a potential for metamaterials of $64,000. You got a potential on GameStop of $21,000. That's just at the first level. Just at the first level. Okay. What happens then? $64,000, $21,000. Let's just say GameStop takes off and you happen to reinvest that into metamaterials. Then what happens? So you take your $21,000 from GameStop, put that into metamaterials, and you've now invested a total of $26,000 in metamaterials, okay? And a 14.6x gain from there takes you up to $382,000. So a $3,000 initial investment results in $382,000. And it doesn't matter which one of these takes off first, right? Whichever way you do it, whether GameStop takes off first, and then you reinvest into Camber Energy, and then you reinvest Camber Energy back into metamaterials. It doesn't matter. It all gets out in the wash. You're talking about huge potential gains here from a small investment. So that's That's why I developed this strategy. This is what I call a scattershot strategy. Now, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This information is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. I am not suggesting anyone do this. This is just what I'm doing. Okay, this is my plan. So, just FYI. So, there are large potential gains, I'm just saying, based upon the fact that these things, if they don't all take off simultaneously and there's any time delay between the two, between these things taking off, and then, chances are there's huge potential gains here. Huge. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This information is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. So this is why I look at these particular stocks. Okay? And that's all I have to say. Again, it's a short video. Talk to you later. Bye.